everyone. I'm Susan Walsh, the classification guru, fixer of dirty data. I have been doing this for nearly a decade now, and I have seen the power of the data community. And it is a huge honour and privilege to be here today to moderate a panel of some data titans in the community to talk about data, how it happened, what we're doing, and what you can do to help. And I'd love to introduce each of the panel to you, starting with Rob. So Rob, if you would like to go and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah. Thanks, Susan. Rob Howes. I'm an AVP at Calibra, so that's my day job, but I'm also founder of D.A.T.A.
Perfect. And how about you, Lucy?
Hi, I'm Lucy. My day job is CEO at Challenge Marketing, and I fulfill the role of CMO at D.A.T.A. and Tech-Aid.
Fantastic. And Dimitra, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hi. My name is Dimitra. I'm part of Calibra as well. I work together with Rob. My day job is a senior technologist there, and I work with Rob and Lucy and many others in this data.
And last but not least, Nicola, how about you?
Yeah, hi, I'm Nicolas. I'm known as the data governance coach, and in my day job, I help people understand and manage their data better. I'm also on the committee for D.A.T.A UK. I'm not entirely sure why Rob asked me to be part of this, but I've kind of taken it upon me to make my job getting the message out there about data as much as I possibly can.
I know exactly why you're here, because you're fantastic and you're thorough and you get stuff done. Well, let's move on. What exactly is data for those who are watching that aren't sure? Rob, how about you tell us?
So our mission is to mobilize the data and tech communities to come together and raise money to help the citizens of Ukraine. It's as simple as that. We believe that together as a community, we can achieve more rather than as individuals or individual companies. The purpose or the objective is to raise a lot of money. We have a target of $1 million to buy medical kits, also known as first aid kits, that cost $100 each. So the objective is to buy 10,000 of these medical kits. Currently, we're working with organizations, industry bodies like EDM Council, like D.A.T.A UK, and Women in Data, all of which have been incredibly supportive. We're working with companies, including a lot of tech vendors like Calibra, D.A.T.A, Solidatus, Big ID, and Okera, and many, many more, as well as some individuals. So we have ambassadors, we've got supporters, all of which have been incredibly active and supportive. Just to call out a few names, people like Mike Meriton and John Bottega from EDM Council, John Marchese, Barry Panay, Peter Jackson, and many, many more. And ultimately, it's all about coming together as an industry, as a community within data and tech, and to do something tangible and positive for the citizens of Ukraine.
It really is a great initiative, but where did this come from? You know, you are the driving force behind this. You're the creator. What inspired you to start this?
Well, it's a bit of a strange story. It happened a few weeks ago. It seemed like a lifetime ago, but it was only a few weeks ago. And it was a Saturday morning around 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was lying in bed, and if I'm honest, I had a bit of a hangover. And I was feeling sorry for myself. And my wife was downstairs making breakfast. And I realized I had probably about 5 minutes to kill before I would have to go downstairs to join her. And I turned on the news. Like many of us, I've got a TV in my bedroom, slightly embarrassing. And I was just horrified by what I was witnessing on the TV. Some shocking images of war and destruction and rocket attacks on apartment buildings. And like many people around the world, I felt troubled by what I was seeing and horrified. And so I thought, I wanted to do something. I felt helpless. I wasn't sure what I could do. And on my own, not much of an impact could be done, to be honest. So I thought, well, together we could be stronger. Together as a community, if I can get a few people from our industry to come together, we could probably do something that's got a bit more material impact. And one thing led to another. I sent a few LinkedIn messages and WhatsApp messages from my bed. And then within 30 minutes, I'd had a whole bunch of responses, 8 or 10 responses, everyone saying, this is a great idea, 100% behind it. What's the plan? And I said, well, there is no plan. I'm lying in bed with a hangover, but I'm sure we can figure something out. We're quite resourceful people. And so a few weeks later, we'd had a bunch of WhatsApp messages and WhatsApp groups, and we even had a round table planning session around my kitchen table at home. We took what was a germ of an idea and built into something that was quite tangible and meaningful.
Great. Now we have Dimitra with us, and you learned about his story.
Yeah, so on some point, Rob just gave me a call and just asked, said that, yeah, we have to do something with this, right? And do you want to join? So I said, like, definitely yes. And he asked me like to share the story from my family. So what happened to my relatives, and actually they were deeply impacted. So my parents and sister and young nephews, they spent a few weeks in Russian surroundings. 1 week they spent like without water, electricity, and heating, and they decided to run, and they were escaping through the hidden roads next to the minefields, and their house, like many others, like all of them, all others actually, houses has been damaged and robbed, and they fled to Poland now on the way there when all this madness will be finished. And one of the Russian rockets hits my uncle's house and destroyed it completely. My uncle magically survived, but he lost his left leg. And yeah, I lost communication with a few of my relatives. I don't know what they do now. Are they alive or not? So I think, yeah, like my family story is not unique. Probably every Ukrainian now can share something similar with the world. Yeah.
It's utterly heartbreaking, and something that hopefully most of us will never have to experience. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, Lucy, it is really impossible not to be moved by Dimitra's story. There are so many challenges with the humanitarian needs of the people in Ukraine. You know, why have we focused on the medical kits at D.A.T.A? What's the importance of that to us?
It's a great question, Susan, and you're right. It doesn't seem to matter how many times I hear from Dimitra and his family story. It still gets me each and every time. It's a very powerful story to hear. Medical kits for us, a couple of reasons around it was it took us a long time to find the right charity to support. That's a whole different story. But when we did settle on the Kyiv School of Economics Charitable Foundation, we had several conversations with their president, Timothy Milanov, and they work directly with the Ukrainian Ministry of Health. They have boots on the ground. They understand the local changing nature of what the crisis that's happening there. And they told us that one of the things that the Ukrainian Ministry of Health need are 300,000 of these blood loss medical kits. So that's where we really decided to focus, because it's tangible. People understand the need for a medical kit, and it's humanitarian, and that's really what we were here for. The largest threat to civilian life, if a bomb dropping and the shrapnel thereafter doesn't kill you, the largest threat to life is blood loss. And these medical kits are specifically designed to stop blood loss. The contents of it are there to stop, to be able to give someone a chance to make it to hospital or if there is an ambulance in the area, to make it to an ambulance in time to give them a chance to survive. So it's something that we felt we all understood, we all understand why medical kits, but the reason behind it is really directly through the charity and through the government's ask. So our 10,000 kits that we're trying to raise $1 million for is a great step towards that 300,000.
And it's a great ambition and goal to achieve. Now, Nicolas, you are the data governance coach. We normally see you in a completely different setting, but you have challenged yourself with this. You have taken yourself out your comfort zone to help promote the great work that D.A.T.A is trying to achieve. So tell us a little bit about it. How has it been for you?
In some ways, it's been wonderful to be something perhaps bigger and better than yourself, and to work with such inspiring people. But it has been challenging because, let's say, we all suffer from imposter syndrome from time to time. But particularly when we all met in the room, and you're looking around the room thinking, but these guys are all amazing, and they're doing all these amazing things. I mean, and Rob is just such an excellent salesman, and I'm thinking, what is it that I can do? And so obviously I've done my usual blog and video to try and get the message out. But what I really felt that it wasn't fair to leave the selling to other people. But this in itself really pushes me out of my comfort zone, because I don't like selling. I left the second consultancy I worked for because they were going to promote me, but with the promotion came a sales target. I really do not like selling. I cannot impress this upon you enough. But it's really different when it comes to, actually, this doesn't feel like selling. This is actually getting something really important about people, getting the money out of people, because, without this money, we're not going to be able to save these lives. And this is so, so important. And, if it wasn't Dimitra's family, if it was my family, I hope somebody would be doing the same. And so what it's done is made me think, no, I can be brave enough to approach people. I don't cold call people that I don't know, but I've got in contact with people that I haven't spoken to for years and said, look, I'm involved in this initiative. Please, can you help us in any way? Does it get easier? No, not really, but I just feel that it's the right thing to do, so I keep on doing it.
You're all doing a fantastic job. Everyone that's here and beyond who has started this initiative, as someone on the other side, I would say that you're all fantastic role models and inspiration, and I think that's why other people want to get involved, because you're inspiring us. Now, Lucy, you've been out on the road, you have been promoting, and you have been, I wouldn't say partying, but networking and been to events and really supporting and highlighting the cause. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So myself and Christoph from Challenge Marketing and Rob have been to a recent trip to New York City. Thank you very much, New York City. We were hosted at a wonderful networking event at Big ID's offices, where we met some fantastic industry leaders who are all interested and supportive of the Data and Tech Aid initiative. We were also a keynote at Airside Live. Rob has a tale about that. If you've not heard it, then ask him afterwards about the Airside Live keynote speech. But we've been met and are being met with such compassion and desire to help. The communities really are rallying to support the cause, and seeing people and businesses who maybe usually sit on the opposite side of the fence to each other in a business environment coming together for a single cause. It's really quite humbling. It's truly a bipartisan, company agnostic initiative that seems to really be resonating with the data and tech communities. It has been a rapid rise from the LinkedIn post that we all saw 6 weeks ago to where we are today. So it has been a fast and furious rise from Data and Tech Aid, but I think that just shows you the groundswell of support that we have got and are getting for the great cause of these medical kits to the Ukrainian civilians.
Yeah, and you're working super hard to keep that awareness spreading, and you're doing a fantastic job. So thank you. Now, Rob, this is a hugely ambitious target. Where did it come from, and how's it going?
Great question. So we wanted it to be eye-catching. We wanted a goal that would get some interest from the wider community. We wanted to stretch ourselves. And for us to be able to make a material impact for the citizens of Ukraine, we thought, let's do something that's bold and ambitious. So we landed on that. The truth of the matter is that I started with a much lower target. I started with a target of $100,000, and it was Lucy and Roisin that added a zero onto my number and embarrassed me somewhat. But we landed on $1 million. So a bit like my sales targets, I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable, but I'm confident that we'll get there.
Are there any challenges that you're facing right now in terms of reaching that target?
I think the biggest challenge for us is that we're all unpaid volunteers, and we've all got day jobs, whether we're running a business or have regular roles working for a corporation. We've all got day jobs, so this is really fitting around that, and that's impacting our personal lives a little bit in terms of weekends, working late nights. But I think it's a passion project. We're all doing it because we really want to and we believe in it. Yeah, we're having a good time doing a good thing.
Well, thank you. And again, I'm going to put a call out to everyone watching this. If you are watching this, these people are donating their time and hard-earned free time to drive this. So let's help them get to their target quicker. If you are working for an organization, ask them to get involved. If you are an individual, you can donate as well, or you can buy some merch, which we'll talk about later. But please help let them get some of their free time back. Let's get to that goal. Now, moving on, I think, Dimitra, it's really important for us to ask, who are you calling for in your community to support us on this?
Yeah, in the past few months, since all this started, we saw how millions of people from different industries and countries comes together to save lives and help those who need it most in Ukraine. So, and I asked everyone who belongs to a huge and very strong data analytics community join the D.A.T.A initiative. Every donation, even a small one, will make difference and will help to save more lives. If everyone does their little bit, we can all make the world a better place.
Thank you. And I take back what I said about giving them all their free time back. This is about saving lives. That's the ultimate goal here. And that is what we should be thinking about. And, for whatever you can donate would be greatly appreciated. And we know it's saving lives at the other end. This is not just a plea for some money. You can actually see the real benefits of this. Actually, Rob, why don't you tell us a little bit about the benefits of supporting this in the data pledges?
I think the key benefit is that we're saving lives. I think let's not forget why we're doing this. And whilst 10,000 medical kits might sound like a lot, it's actually a small drop in the ocean compared to what the country really needs. We mentioned 300,000 medical kits quoted by the Ministry of Health. But we feel that it's something that is going to make us feel like we're making a contribution, so it makes us feel better. I think the benefits other than that are that organizations and individuals can feel that they're making a contribution, and they're making a positive contribution that's impactful and material. And then, if CFOs like to see an ROI on their investment, one of the financial benefits or marketing benefits is that you will have your logo listed on our website as a list of contributors. So there is a material benefit there as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when it comes to business, there is normally some kind of target or value associated with it. But what a fantastic cause to get involved with. And again, I'm going to say this, data titans are involved. Wouldn't you want to be associated with people like this? It's a fantastic opportunity to help contribute. Lucy, what about an average data community member, and what can they do to support if they don't have access to a corporate pledge or a donation or a budget? How can they help?
Yeah, there's definitely ways that anyone and everyone can get involved to support the data initiative. I'd say that to reiterate what Dimitra said, any amount helps. The price of a cup of coffee helps get us towards our target. But also helping us, as you are today, Susan, thank you, to spread the message. It's follow us on social media, create your own content about why you feel the way you do about this initiative, and urge your network to get involved. Use our hashtags, which are Data and Tech Aid and First Aid for Ukraine, so we can help support anything that you're doing. And from our experience, if you're hosting an event or you're attending an event, consider promoting data as the official fundraising initiative. Get it on the agenda, get it talked about at your events. We offer corporate and event recognition as well as individuals. You get a snazzy little badge to say that you're an official part of the data initiative. We'll share your content on social. As Rob said, we'll put you onto the website. So anything that helps amplify awareness really does help.
Thank you. And I would say if saving lives is not enough to get you to donate, the events that we've had recently for D.A.T.A have been all over social media. There's a huge FOMO. Being over here in the UK, I absolutely wished I could be there. Again, it's great awareness for your business too, showing that you're doing such a good thing. So why not donate? Now, we are a few weeks into the data program challenge. What is next for it? Where are we going with this? And who wants to answer that?
I think our initial goal is to buy 10,000 medical kits and get them to the place where they're most needed, so we can start to make an impact there. What's been really fascinating is that since the word has got out about this initiative and about our organization, is that we've been approached by so many people that have just come out of the blue who are doing great things. There are lots of organizations, lots of individuals that are doing great things to support the people of Ukraine, and they wanted to collaborate. And so they're bringing projects and ideas and concepts to our team about whether we want to get involved or collaborate on them. One of my favorites, it was brought to us by another person from Calibra, actually, Dorota, and she's been buying secondhand ambulances from Poland, getting them refurbished and shipping them out to Ukraine. Ambulances are getting lost. You know, they're going out into the front lines, and they're just going missing for whatever reason. That for me was quite an interesting potential project if we have the energy to keep going. So there's lots of opportunities to do more.
Fantastic. Now I'm going to put this out to everyone on the panel. What is your ask of anyone that's watching this? And we'll start with Rob.
So I think any contribution, whether it's sharing social media or making a financial contribution, even $10 is important and really appreciated. Where I think we can really accelerate our path to target and really move the needle is by getting corporate donations. And so far, we've had many corporate donations from tech suppliers, tech vendors. We've had anything from $2,000 all the way up to $50,000 and everything in between. So it's not so much the amount, it's really just getting that commitment from the vendors and the industry organizations.
Thanks very much. How about you, Lucy?
I would say if you do nothing else today, share this webinar with your network and ask people in your network to get involved. Share our hashtags, the Data and Tech Aid and First Aid for Ukraine, and help us get the message out there.
Thanks very much. Dimitra?
Yes, so please contribute as much as you can. Every like and share means and make difference. Every donation make difference. Spread the word. So a little bit of effort, as I said, can help not just only make this initiative more popular and just we really can save lives, and this is what we are doing. And so like a few clicks can really save life. If it really, the thing kind of what may happen, this is a miracle in the 21st century. So please please help, kind of, we need you.
Thanks very much. And Nicola?
So I agree with everything everybody else has already said, but if you've already done all of those and there's nothing else left for you to do, think again. We've got some amazing merchandise on our website, and Rob is actually modeling one of our t-shirts, which I'm sure we will show. That, you know, there are t-shirts on there, you know, go and buy one of them, wear it to a data event and help us get the message out there.
Great advice. Rob, where are you? Let's see that wonderful t-shirt of yours.
Check out the merch.
Yes, look at that. Thanks so much to all our panelists. That's been their asks. My ask is, they've been very polite in asking for likes and shares and some donations, but I'm saying, please give us your hard cash. We are saving lives here. And if for the price of a coffee or a takeaway, if all of our connections donated that, we would be so much closer to our 10,000 medical kits and saving even more lives. So it really is really important to us. I would also like to thank everybody and every company that has been involved with this so far. You're helping us spread the word and get closer to our goal. If you would like any more information, I think you should follow every single one of the panelists on LinkedIn and follow any hashtags D.A.T.A that might be on LinkedIn to make sure that you are up to date with the latest information. I've been Susan Walsh, Classification Guru. Go forth and donate.